Hi again, it's Diaper Perv, short for Diaper Pervert. And today I'm going to guide you through all the different ABDL events that are available, mainly in North America, but some in Europe. And we're going to start from the biggest convention and drill it down to the smallest munches. I actually went to the biggest convention first. I'd never gone to any other ABDL event. There wasn't really any in Vegas when I decided that I wanted to become involved in the community and so forth. So I bit the bullet and I went to CapCon, which is the biggest. Cap stands for Chicago Age Players, and then Con is convention, and that takes place in March every year. It's annual. And this year it topped out at 1,300 people, possibly more if you include all the staff, volunteers, and so forth. So yay! Yes, that is the biggest one. The second biggest one would be TeddyCon, and that happens in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Usually it is in the middle of October every year. And I think the numbers are around 750, 800, I believe. It is also a hotel takeover like CapCon. If you want to know more about CapCon, check out my video for my full CapCon review that I just did. So TeddyCon seems very like age play focused versus CapCon where there's a ton of different age players, but also a lot of DLs go, a lot of sissies go, a lot of furries go, because there's a huge programming for furries, especially last year. So yeah, so TeddyCon seems definitely more traditional age play. The third one would be a West Coast Jungle Gym, and if you look at my videos, I actually did a West Coast Jungle Gym 2019 recap. That was their second year, my first time going to it, and I had a blast. I believe the numbers are about 350, although I could be mistaken. But it's definitely a smaller convention, a lot more intimate. The con space is a lot more compact, so therefore you get to interact with a lot more people just because you're in the same space, you're running into them. And I felt like I got to know a lot more people on a deeper level than CapCon, except for this CapCon. 2020, I got to know a lot of people on a tighter level than other CapCons in the past. I've been to 3, 18, 19, and 20. So let's talk about the worldwide cons. The UK, they have Little Big Land Weekend, which takes place in mid-October last year. I don't know if they're going this year or not. I don't know if a lot of these future conventions are going to happen because of COVID-19 right now. So you all have Google. So yes, Google is your friend. If you want more information on any of the cons, just go ahead and type it into Google and it will give you the information. And so will Fetlife. So, Little Big Land Weekend goes from Friday to Sunday, and the play spaces look super cute. I don't know what the numbers are, but yeah, that's what it is. So in Scotland in 2019, they had the Littles Lock-In in Edinburgh. I think I said that right. I actually had to Google it just to make sure I'm gonna say it right and not F it up. So Littles Lock-In, I saw some pictures from that. It looks intimate, it's cute, yeah. And then Australia was going to have their first convention this year, but it has been postponed because of COVID, and that is called KangaCon. So Campout events, that would be the next level of events, drilling down from the big conventions. There is Tomcat.ca tomcatcamp.ca, which happens in Northern Ontario, and that's twice a year, usually in June and then September. That looks super duper fun. If you go on the site, there's like a map with all the little cabins, and there's a bathroom. Yuck, you don't need a bathroom, you're wearing a bathroom. And all these curated camp activities. Oh my goodness. Why do ABDLs love camping so much? It seems like there's so many camp events. Because you get to relive your childhood and do fun things like canoeing and archery. What else do you do at camp? Play with stuff. You get to be outside in nature, in the wilderness, in your diaper, and whatever you want. How awesome is that? A lot of these camp out events, you do have to pitch in. Every single person has to like pitch in with chores and with cooking a meal. So for the most part, the price you pay, you'll get a bed or a tent, whatever it is, that's stipulated on their site. And it includes the food, it includes all the meals. And every single person who attends camp has to pitch in and help cook one of the meals, or maybe two or more, depending on their schedule and amount of people that go, and also possibly help with chores. Now, the fun thing about camp is that if you have an idea for an activity or a craft, you can do it. How awesome is that? So yes, for attendee-led events. So the next one from Tomcat is uslittles.com, and that is an annual event. It takes place in different places every year. The last one in 2019 was in Winter Park, Florida. Yay, that's close to Disneyland and Universal and all the fun theme parks. It has been canceled for 2020. I've seen pictures of it, and it does seem like a kind of more mature crowd. There's definitely a lot of baby boys and their daddies, but I see pictures of plenty of women there too. And yeah, cooking, camping, doing outdoorsy stuff in your diaper. Yay! So the next level of events would be the more private part camp out. A lot of times they'll rent out a huge mansion which has a lot of beds and bunk beds and double beds in each room, and the price will get you, a bed and also the meals, and you do have to pitch in and help cook some meals. So let's go through those. I've personally had kidnapping requests. It's kind of hard to do, especially when they request it at the airport. No. No, that would just get me arrested. Dipchella, and it has been in Colorado last year, or this year, early this year. It was in Palm Springs. Now, a lot of these events, even the conventions, you have to apply and you have to go through a vetting process. Now, I've only been vetted for the bigger events like West Coast Jungle Gym and CapCon, and this is a very normal thing. Don't freak out. They're going to ask you to list your social medias, to list your Fetlife name, to ask you some questions to see if you're really ABDL. That's all they really want to prove, is that you're legitly ABDL, you're not an undercover reporter, you know the lingo, and you're not there to gather information or to harm anybody else. Because it keeps all the events safe for everybody attending. It helps if you are active on Fetlife, that they can easily look and see how you engage with other members of the community, and that you're not there to cause shit. That's pretty much it. So Dipchella, and that was at Palm Springs, and they rent out a huge mansion. They also have some camping spots, available, and it looks like just a fun time with partying in your diapers and different theme nights. Oh, that's another thing with the Campout events. Different theme nights. Sometimes there's a Halloween night. Sometimes you could dress up. Okay, you get to dress up every night. How awesome is that? You get to dress up. Sometimes you get to show off your talent with a talent show. All the cons have talent shows, by the way. CapCon, TeddyCon, and West Coast Jungle Gym. They all have talent shows because what little doesn't want to show off a little bit? And make costumes. Oh, yes, costumes. So I noticed that this year there is a new one. It is called MASS for Mass, and it stands for Minnesota Ageplay Social Society. And it's called the Sock Hop in Minnesota. Did I say it with the Minnesota? Minnesota. And it happens in September. There is a water park. A water park. Ageplay wear is encouraged once inside the private house. Yay! Giant play canopy, movies and cartoons, crafts, board games, pool table. Another notable event, which is kind of smaller. I think this year or last year, 2019, there was 75 attendees for this. And this is for diaper boys and daddies only, but they do welcome trans males. And this is called Diapered in the Desert in Palm Springs. It normally happens at a gay resort, and it's a takeover. It's not a very big resort, so if you can't get a room there, then you have to get a room close by. But when you're at the resort, then you can wear whatever you want. Just diapers. Yes, please. But I heard this year they're going to expand the space. I don't know what's going to happen this year. I don't know. It happens in the middle of November, so hopefully things will get back to normal. And that Diapered in the Desert just looks amazing. So if you're a daddy and you want to meet cute diaper boys, I really highly suggest that one. Camp Crucible is an all-kink event, and it is a campout. You have cabins. It is age player friendly, but it is canceled for 2020 because of COVID. It happens in Northern Maryland, and there's a ton of kink related activities. There's a whole schedule. There's a ton of education, and you get to possibly kidnap someone. Yes, there is kidnapping. You can get kidnapped. I mean, I think you have to apply. And there's a meeting for the kidnappees, PERS. I've personally had kidnapping requests. It's kind of hard to do, especially when they request it at the airport. No. No, that would just get me arrested. Oh my goodness, spread across a beautiful 250-acre site. The cabins for groups are as small as 5 people and as large as 20 people. Yay! And you get to run around dipped up if you so well choose. So those conclude the camping events. Now we're going to go to other events that aren't a munch but aren't a huge overnight camp out. So there's Little's Invasion, which is in Hartford, Connecticut, and that is at a rented dungeon space called the Society. That happens at a quarterly basis at the start of each season. So March, June, September, December. I've heard that the numbers are around 150 to 175. When you get there, you can change and you can dress however you want. There's a really beautiful dungeon space with a lot of different equipment, so you can do some diaper bondage and dark age play. And yeah, I've only heard good things about Little's Invasion. I'm gonna guess there's a potluck there. I don't know, I haven't confirmed that. So let's get to the smaller events under 150 people, okay? That would be the monthly play parties. And most metropolitan cities and large cities would have such an event. Vegas doesn't. Los Angeles does. Philly does, like Philly's Little Hangout. Yeah, just a lot of them happen in rented dungeon spaces. A lot of them are potlucks where, you know, you're encouraged to bring something to share with everybody else. And when you get there, you can dress however you want and you can chill, make friends, do some dark age play if it's a dungeon space, and yay, meet people. So in Amsterdam, there is Club Louie, which is hosted and run by Emma, ABDL girl from Amsterdam. Yay! And it says bi-monthly on the site. I'm not too sure what that means. I know it's only 10 euros to get in. Woohoo! And inside you can dress however you want. I've looked at pictures and it's in an actual nightclub. There's a ton of seating, there's a play space, and I'm guessing you get to dance too, which is awesome. I mean, I wish there was a dance floor in other types of events. In the UK, there is a monthly event on the third Saturday of the month, and it is called Adult Baby Club. I have seen pictures of that. There's a changing space, there is play spaces. It looks like a lot of caregivers go as well, and you can follow them on Twitter at Adult Baby Club. Just one word. We talked about Philly's Little's Hangout. That looks super fun. That's at a dungeon space too. And in LA there is SOAP, which stands for Social of Age Players. And every month they have a potluck at a dungeon space, and there's lots of furniture and stuff to do dark age play. There is another event mainly geared towards diaper boys and daddies, but I went to it in North Hollywood and it's called Diaper Active. I know in the past they've had Diaper Actives in Texas, I'm not sure where, but right now this year they were supposed to have 3 Diaper Actives, one in April, August, and October, but the first one has been canceled. I don't know about the second one. I have gone to Diaper Active and it is so much fun. They had go-go dancers and diapers. They had these 2 changing tables, and one of them is staffed by a cute guy. So if you're a boy who wants his diaper changed by another cute boy, that's the place. I got to change someone on the other changing table, which is open for anyone to use. There is a play space. There's like a little play pen with toys and stuff. And yay, you get to just run around. And in my case, perv on cute diaper boys with their consent, because some of them may not like women. So last but certainly not least, and for many people, Munches will be your first point of contact for an ABDL event, and the first event that you actually go to. Of course, I went to Capcom. I went from the biggest to the smallest because I like to be extra. So Munches differ from play parties in that they are a gathering, usually at a restaurant or other public eating space. And it's a place for you to meet others in the community in a vanilla setting. So please, please, please make sure that you're dressed discreetly. Diapers, underclothes, no visible diapers, please. And a lot of people do use Munches as like a vetting place. So you can meet people, see that they're okay, they're safe, they're not crazy, and then perhaps invite you to a monthly play party. Arg. So there is a site for that. I think it's littlesmunch.com, but most munches are listed on Fetlife in your areas or locations, ABDL, you know, group. Some munches might be small. They might only have a few people, or they might be just getting started. Whereas some munches can be a ton of people. It could be 40, 50, 60 people all gathered because we have kind of the same common interest. And if there is not a munch in your city, or if you're from a small town and there's nothing going on there, try and start one yourself. Seriously, go for it. You don't need to do that much. I had to start the one in Vegas because there was nothing going on. There was a private parties, but not like a public munch where anyone who has any interest in diapers or Ageplay or ABDL can come and hang out and meet potential friends. So yes, we will make another video on how to start a munch or host a play party. But for now, I hope you liked my video from the biggest, baddest, hugest ABDL conventions to the smallest munches in your hometown. Bye!